What was the occasion for designing the 38?
That was my friend Alistair Burke. I designed it for him, the first one. It was just my desire to build something really special with a little bit extra bling, which is not what I'm known for. So the 38 has leaf-shaped abalone inlays on the fretboard. This is the only thing that I could think of way back then in the mid-70s, a shape that I thought that I liked. So that was where I came up with this shape. And then when I drew it on a piece of paper, I realised, oh, that looks like a leaf. So we'll call it the leaf inlay. And it's what we've used ever since. It's my attempt at bling. So the 38, this is the O38, which is the O model, is the first shape that I designed. It's a full jumbo size. And of course, it has a lot of the attributes of a jumbo guitar because the sound, instead of being more focused, the sound is wider and more interwoven. So the sound is more complex. It's less dynamic. It maybe doesn't hit you quite as hard in the guts, but the complexity of it really is what hits you. The fact that there's so many overtones, and it's so gentle at the same time. So I think that's why finger pickers just love the larger body. So this particular one is the O38, and really the 38 model I designed back in about 1977 for my friend Alistair Burke. And it has the abalone shell around the edge, the leaf inlay in abalone, the dark cedar top, and most of all, it has the Brazilian rosewood back and sides, which these days, of course, you can only use it if it's very old, and you have to get a license, a CITES license for it. So this is the 38, and it is, in many ways, the creme de la creme of our range. Brazilian rosewood, cedar. What more can you ask? Brazilian rosewood has just about everything, and that's why it's in so much demand. It is a rosewood, so it has the warmth of rosewood, but because it's Brazilian rosewood and the texture of the surface of it, the clarity is greater than Indian rosewood, say, for example. Because the weight to stiffness to texture, because of all of those things in Brazilian rosewood, it's not quite as loud as, say, Cocobolo would be, but it's certainly as loud as any other guitar would, but it has these kind of three-dimensional qualities along with the clarity that people just love. To a real musician, Brazilian rosewood, perhaps arguably along with Honduras rosewood, is maybe the best back and side wood that you can get for a musical instrument. It's fantastic. Unfortunately, it's very expensive these days because you're not allowed to cut the trees down, of course. But, well, I think a lot of players, real musicians, think it's worth it, I mean, the treble, when you first play that, you think about the bass, and then by the time you reach the trebles, you realise the trebles are so full as well. It's just enormous. And of course, it's not just the wood; it's the whole design, the way the whole design hangs together. As I talked about before, all the individual elements of the design, combining with the Brazilian rosewood and the cedar to produce this sonic reality, which is at times unbelievable. And in the hands of a good player, it is unbelievable. And when you're recording with this, it's just an astronomical sound. But it's not brash, it's not hard, it's not even, you couldn't even say it was punchy. You just have to say that it has everything in abundance and everything in balance. It's really how I would describe Brazilian rosewood, perhaps Honduras rosewood also.